trying to escape the psychotic, murderous students that are attending this Mage Academy created by Hallister Blackcloak. Hallister also seemed to welcome you to the academy and also into Undermountain. At the request that you will clean house and continue to kill drow, he found that there were far too many drow in Undermountain. It all seemed to have arrived here recently and he doesn't like it. He wants you guys to clean up. He finds it boring and bland. Too many drow. He asked you to kill drow on level 3, level 10, and level 12. You guys headed down to level 10 and you explored this ancient and seemingly abandoned drow temple. Not a single soul seemed to be abound until you met Muiral. Upon entering this large hall, you found a large number of bones nestled in an alcove to the south. There's also a balcony overlooking this gigantic hall, and you'd heard many times this pulpit in Elvish telling you guys to praise Lolth and whatnot as you'd move through this temple. And suddenly 4 shambling mounds of bones rose up from the alcoves, and then you saw it, this scorpion drow monstrosity from atop the balcony, wielding a large longsword. Muiral. It was able to crawl on walls. It's a powerful spellcaster and an equally powerful melee fighter. It bested you guys in combat. Took down 3 of the 4 shambling mounds. But not before Muiral took one of yours. Nox was stung repeatedly and hit the ground as others lay already unconscious. Muiral snatched up Nox and took him away. Pavel flew after Nox to try and chase him down, but Muiral turned around and cast another spell. Pavel slammed into an invisible wall, unable to penetrate the wall of force. You watched as Muiral skittled off like some insect that has its prey and will now feast. There's nothing you could do. You returned to your allies. You watch as Roland's long hair sweeps back past his, for some reason, not pointed, but still elvish ears. Dagger is nowhere to be seen, and Brewer's there, slamming his shield and pick into the last shambling mound. You wait, and you deliberate. And a short while later, Nox has returned. Nox walks around the corner of this hall. I'm surprised to see him. He stands there, seemingly unmoving. He looks just the same. Has he escaped Muiral's grasp? That is where we're starting today's session.
Nox is
My black pearl is glowing.
that you? How are you standing?
Nox just, his head lolls forward a little bit towards the noise. and And you see him as his head lifts a little bit. There's a odd glint in the eye.
There's a bit of a vague blue glow in Nox's eyes. Perhaps it's the eldritch energy boiled from within.
Nox, you're all right. Brew, look! Nox! He's here!
Hey! You made it out! Good job. Let's get rolling up.
Yeah, how
Pavel, no.
did you get away from Muriel? From the invisible wall and everything? But I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry I couldn't pick you back up.
Hey, Seb? I don't have that sheet. Oh, never mind.
Pavel, as you approach Nox, he hasn't responded. And you realize there is something wrong with him. We're going to roll initiative.
Nox, take...
What do you do, Nox?
Nox looks forward for a second, and as Pavel gets closer, his jaw unhinges at a really odd angle. And his arms come, and you just hear this.
Nox?
Dagger, you look down at your black pearl, and a faint purple glow emanates from it at the exact moment that Nox rounded the corner.
Pavel, move away.
You're up first, Dagger.
It's not, a dagger wouldn't be able to attack Nox. Even undead, she wouldn't be able to do it. Not right now.
Brew, what do you do?
What do you mean, Dagger? Was he got a disease or something? Or is he possessed? Intellect devour?
He's my pearl's glowing. It's not Nox.
What? Let me go check that. I'll die. Hey, Nox, you alright? Whoa. Pavel, does he normally look like this?
No.
Alright, Roland. You come to on 1 hit point. You just sort of wake up quickly, look around, and you've finished your state of unconsciousness here. Perhaps it's the elven gods that have woken you up. You stir on 1 hit point.
Alright. Alright, well, Roland will wake up surprised that he does wake up, and in almost the same position he was when he fell. Looks over Dagger, then over at them. What's going on? Did we win? Oh, well, I mean, I don't look at Dagger, she's invisible, but I hear her.
You hear Dagger, calling out anyway. Yeah. Something about the orb and something about it's not Nox. You heard that.
What's wrong with Nox? I'll stand up.
Alright, you're aching, Roland. You're still very sore from that previous fight, and you can barely walk properly. Your vision is disorientated and kind of blurry.
Alright, I'll take the dash action, just kind of stumbling forward. Like lean up against this pillar. That was. What is going on? What is wrong with Nox? That's my turn.
Pavel.
Pavel's going to look Nox up and down, seeing the metamorphosis he went through, and then hear what Dagger said, saying he's not the same, and the fact that the pearl is glowing. He's going to take that on into factor, also hearing Nox's ghostly moan, and well, yeah, of course, the unhinging of the jaw. Try and put two and two together, with thinking where something familiar like this would have come from. Most likely some sort of undead. And with the Arcana check, that, with the guess of what was going on before, what Pavel said when Muiral said and I went to his collection, Pavel's face immediately goes from sort of like happy and like surprised to immediate like losing of all color and like emotion, and he just looks in horror of what's in front of him, and he's just gonna say no, there was a chance, there was a fucking chance to save you. No!
Nox.
So, in just sheer animalistic fashion, he's going to take a step towards Pavel, because he's the one making the most noise, and reach out and try and grasp at him, dragging his nails across him.
Oh.
I'll shield that. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna shield that.
Alright, Nox slashes you, Pavel, with these elongated claws. And although he doesn't look like he has rotten flesh or anything, his eyes, they have changed. Instead of his regular eyes, there are just blue orbs sitting and glowing in their sockets. He has sharp teeth as he opens his mouth, and his jaw unhinges at a regular angle. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm still poisoned.
It's worn off.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Pavel, you can feel this strange energy pervading Nox when he claws you, but you resist the effect. Roland also just wipes the sweat off his brow when he realizes that that claw doesn't work on elves. Dagger.
She's still in shock. Rude.
You double check the pearl to see if it could be wrong. Perhaps it's broken, but it's still glowing. Could it be? Could it be not?
She just starts crying softly and
Brew.
Hey, Pavel, look out. I think that spider thing, I think it possessed him. and I'll attempt to grapple.
Alright, make opposed ability checks, or just immediately submit to Bruce Might. Alright, you're grappled, Nox.
And I'll attempt to show.
And he pins you to the ground.
And yeah, that's good. Hang on there, buddy. We'll get you out of this.
Rolling.
I'm gonna approach from kind of the side a little bit, just kind of leaning on the wall the whole way, and get kind of behind Brew. And going off what Dagger was saying about the Black Pearl and the way Nox is acting, I'm just gonna kind of put my hand on Brew's shoulder as he's kind of leaning down to pin Nox to the ground. My friend, there's no fixing this. He is lost to us, I'm afraid. And
Wait, he's charmed.
The Scorpion, he has done something unspeakable to him. Truly evil. And I'm going to, since Brew's hurt right now, I'm gonna cast from the guitar, Protection from Evil and Good on Brew, while I have my hand on his shoulder. Brew. You're gonna have to be the one to do this. I'm not strong enough, and I don't think Dagger will be willing to do this. I believe in you. I'm gonna give him inspiration with my bonus action.
Pavel.
No.
You look down at Nox.
No.
Bruce pinning him to the ground, and he's like a wild animal, hissing and clawing and writhing, trying to just hurt you, slash at you and bite you.
Pavel then, seeing all that, kind of replays the fight through his mind and slowly realizes everything wouldn't have gone so wrong if he was better in terms of one thing or another. His friend wouldn't have died in front of him if only he was either stronger, faster, maybe learned actually how to heal either magically or through some other means. And Pavel's just kind of distraught seeing his former friend that he just saw die in front of him come back to life and try to kill him, and now realizing that he is undead, knowing that only true resurrection or that stuff. Well, I don't even know that actually. But the point is, now it's a solidified fact that it's definitely going to be harder to bring him back to life now. And Pavel just is going to take a minute before everything kind of starts coming back to him. So, yeah.
Nox.
On the ground, Nox doesn't even seem aware of what happened. It's that scene where you see in every zombie movie where they've got someone who they know was real and they don't seem real anymore, and it's just like and we'll try and take another swipe at Pavel, obviously at disadvantage because I'm being held. He seems very, very single-minded.
At the start of this round, you hear many hurried footsteps coming towards you from the stairs to the north of this room. And drow start pouring into the room, crossbows and swords drawn. There's one female and 2 males that head down this set of stairs, and 3 male elite warriors that come down from the other set of stairs, and they just start screaming at you guys in Elvish.
Would I still have tongues up?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just saying,
I understand them.
lay down your weapons! Surrender to us! Surrender to House of Rinda! Dagger, you're up first.
I immediately stop crying, and there's no way we'll be able to take this fight.
Everyone meet John Wick version of Dagger.
Jesus, that's even scarier than before.
Not yet. I mean, she's not stupid. She's at 5 hit points. She won't be able to go John Wick on them quite yet.
That means Nox is your puppy?
Yes, Nox is my puppy. And
Didn't you know that was the nickname? Come on.
I scratched him behind my ears and got goodies. I'm going to hide again so they can't hear me as well as not hear me.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
That's a 22 because of my boots.
Okay. They don't seem to notice you as they run down the stairs, or their attention is focused on the others. And is that end of turn?
No, it's end of turn.
Brew.
You know, Nox, your breath right now smells worse than that time we stayed up all night drinking that rotten schnapps that I mixed up. Whew. We got a fight to do right now. You're all feral. Why don't you just come help me in this fight over here? And I'm gonna drag Nox with me.
Oh my god.
Oh God, bro, I love you.
Still has a purpose.
Oh.
And if I can, I'd like to orient him beside Shinzai. Is that Shinzai there?
Okay.
This is turning into Shaun of the Dead.
It's, I think you're out of movement. You used, what, 20 Nox? So,
That was
Brew?
20.
So-
Yeah, it was 20 to get there.
So that's
yeah.
40 already. You could use your action, the dash, and then it would take you another 20 feet of movement to swing him all the way around here.
You are not going to let the drow kill Nox.
Well, right now,
we're gonna-
Drew thinks Nox is just kind of possessed and turned all feral. So he
Yeah,
figures
so
he's going to
that's
turn
why-
him on the
Damn.
turn
I
him
guess
loose on.
Roland can't be so subtle. Next time, he's just gonna have to tell him, "Hey, you can't fix him."
Or can I do an insight? See if he realizes what's going on.
Oh no!
So yeah, I'll use my action then to maneuver Nox next to the Drow and be like, "Get him, Nox! Your favorite. Look, it's Drow."
You think Nox is just hungover or something,
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah. It's like a hair of the dog. Quick Drow fight in the morning.
It's one of his new spells. So you're using your dash action to throw him around here?
Sick him, big fella. Come on. You took down Xanathar. This is just a bunch of...
Okay. You throw him around in front of you. Roland.
I'm going to approach. I'm going to approach Pavel and say, I know this isn't a good time, but well, we need to do something about these Drow. Your
Don't
gun,
wanna-
please.
I don't want to fight right now. I don't.
Pavel,
just
I don't
felt-
think we really have a choice. I'm sorry. Your gun.
Pavel looks up to Roland with sunken eyes and tears running down his face. Just makes a grimace and hands him the gun.
Roland will put his hands over the gun, say a quick prayer to Timora, because we definitely need a little bit of her aid at this point, and cast Holy on his gun.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
The bright light that shines from Pavel's gun just emanates outwards, and it causes the Drow to have to sort of squint and shield their faces for a brief moment as it's blinding.
And I'll get in close to Pavel and I'll say, and I know you don't believe in yourself right now. Know that I believe it. Bardic inspiration for Pavel.
You already used your bonus action for Holy Weapon.
Holy weapon is a bonus action? Oh, I thought it was an action. Okay.
Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah. How
Oh,
about
yeah.
that? So. Okay, well in that case, I'll say, and let me help you along. And give me a second here. And flop.
You've also done a bonus action, so you can only do a cantrip.
Oh, you son of a bitch. And my cantrips are bubkiss for. I'll just cast Vicious Mockery on her.
She fails and she just grabs her ear a little bit. Shakes her head from side to side. Each drow are dressed in subtle leather armor. They have a buckler strapped to their hand and have short swords drawn.
I'll run
This-
around the corner so they can't see me.
This female must be in charge because she's sort of yelling out orders to everyone. Man, my Google Chrome is really going so slow for some reason. Anyway.
I'm usually more on top of the whole only use one spell per thing, but this is kind of a moment.
I didn't realize the one, like, it counted as an actual spell.
Yeah, it does.
Makes sense.
She says, look, as she grabs her ear, the female drow. We have another music one. Do not let them escape. Let us see what they know. Do not kill them, she says. She still holds her ear. And these drow just take a look around and make sure there's no one behind them, and then they start rushing after you guys. Taking the dash action, this guy does. Pavel.
Holding the glowing gun, seeing Roland injured, Rue injured. Not even knowing where Dagger is and how badly she's injured. Pavel just so tears down his face, turns turns over to where Nox is and looks at him, you know, being like that. Seeing the 4 other drow. And then he turns his newfound sadness, looking at all the drow, then back to his friends, slowly into anger, and then starting to amp himself up, and just as he cocks the gun, he looks at the drow and just yells a great battle cry. Not even battle cry, just more just an angry, just tired of all this bullshit, and just he's just done with what's going right now, and just wants things to calm down. So he's just gonna run over there, going the whole entire way, just going ah, and shoot at, let's say, this drow right here. Actually, no, this drow.
That's a hit.
Hold up, lagging a bit. Lagging a lot. Just gonna shoot him again.
That's another hit.
Fuck.
Shoot him. Is he dead? Hold up. Okay, shoot him again.
Oh my god.
Shit.
That's a crit.
Nice.
You take your glowing pistol, Pavel, aim it over towards the drow. Golden bullets shoot out from the pistol. The first one clips him in the shoulder. The second one hits him in the torso, and you line him up in your iron sights. Straight down the barrel at his head. And his head just sort of snaps back, and this big glowing bead of energy is just sunken into the middle of his forehead. He looks around, his eyes roll back in his head, he collapses onto the ground dead.
Boom.
And then going to look at this drow, use a bonus action, and shoot her.
You just did your bonus action. Oh, that's right. I forgot you're level 11 now. You got 2 attacks.
Aha!
Okay. I have to change to Opera Browser as well because Google is just spazzing out today. Alright, so you take a shot at the female drow. She sort of leaps to the side and it just clips a burning line of radiant energy across her arm.
And I'm gonna go right here. And end my turn.
The female drow looks over at the dead drow and looks up at Pavel. You are quite the fighter. Yes. Lord Welf will be pleased to have you. And then she looks down at Nox and she does a couple of hand signals to the other drow and points at Nox, kind of clicking her fingers a bit. And then she just comes in at you viciously with her short sword, Pavel, at disadvantage. She misses with her first attack, and she comes in again and misses you. Sword clings off of your armor. Another drow warrior rushes you, Pavel, and he does the same thing. He misses with his first attack, and he hits you for 13 points of damage. Alright, you cast shield. The short sword then just reflects straight off the shield, bouncing back and causing him to take a couple of steps back as well. And oops. Alright, given that you've done that shield spell, he's then going to break away from melee with you. And if I can spell properly. Chrome is giving me a headache at the moment. He breaks away and then he runs around to here. Chasing down Roland. Alright, this drow takes the dash action and he runs up here. Nox.
With all the commotion going around, he's looking around for the closest individual, which just happens to be the female drow.
Alright, you try to claw at her, and Bruce still got you sort of pinned on the ground there, and you're slacking away. And he just takes a step back and gives you.
You just see him like and just like mawing her feet, her boots.
He sighs. And kill Muriel's latest experiment, she says. This drow runs up, taking a dash action. I'm just swapping to Opera Browser. Let me do this guy's turn.
Senior.
Yeah, this drow is going to run up here, and he's going to attack Nox with one attack. Nox, you'll hit for 10 points of piercing damage. Then he attacks Brew with his other attack and misses Brew. I'm just swapping Browser now. The poison doesn't affect you as well, Nox being undead. Being a ghoul. Okay. Alright, I'm in my other browser. And it's still loading. But Dagger, feel free to take your turn.
I'm trying to decide what Dagger would do. She doesn't like these odds. She really doesn't like the fact that the drow are going to kill him.
My browser's still. Now it's saying I'm having a connection error. Anyway, so what do you do, Dagger?
And 20, 30. I'm gonna come over by Roland. As I pass by Brew, I'm gonna whisper, "Put Nox down." Kill Nox. He's undead.
The Dagger's much less subtle about it than Roland was.
Alright, as you
Don't know why
whisper
Roland
that,
thought that
Dagger,
would
that reveals your location.
It's fine. I'll go back into hiding next round.
Right, yeah, my finally, my browser then just finally kicked in. Okay, Opera's working a lot smoother. This video isn't sponsored by Opera, by the way.
Nice.
It's Raid Shadow Legends.
Level 69 waifu.
Is your campaign glitching out? Are you running into a connection problem? Switch now.
Brew.
Okay. Would that give me another insight check to see if she literally told me that he's undead?
Nope.
Do you think I'm lying?
She literally told you.
Yeah.
I wasn't using fancy words. I said he's undead.
Yeah, Roland
So-
used a metaphor and
Dagger said, "Kill Nox. He's undead."
Yeah.
All right, let's give him advantage then.
Alright, Brew finally realizes that something is wrong with Nox.
Oh, brother, I've lost a lot of friends, but not like this. Yeah,
So unless you think
good.
Dagger and Nox had some kind of falling out, wants you to kill him.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, come on, he'll make it up to you. I know. Sometimes he's, kind of a pain, but he's a good guy. He'll make it up to you.
He'll take you out for dinner.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
For
For dinner.
All right. Well, I think the confusion is probably enough to drive Brew into rage. So I'll bonus action to.
This is confusing.
This is making me angry. And I'll let go and just shove him at Shinzai there, at the female drow. And then I will swing Sun Death up at the one just north of me.
That misses as he leaps to the side of your attack.
Then I will let go with one hand and try to grab. I guess that's with advantage.
I mean,
Grab him. I always break his arm.
And
Lessons on how to manhandle.
that'll do.
Rolling.
all right. 10 foot, assessing the situation. Yeah, Merilith, that was the name of the one that.
Malith, yeah.
Oh, Malith. Okay. Was she House of Render or was she?
Yep.
So I'll call out to the woman who I guess I actually wouldn't know the name of. Where's Malith? We were promised safe passage.
She chuckles. Foolish male. We asked you to surrender, and now we must do this the hard way.
Okay. I'm going to.
Don't worry. There is plenty of room in the pens for those musically inclined.
I might have to ask you later about what you meant by the whole another music man. And then I'm going to bonus action mantle power chord mantle of inspiration for Pavel and Brew, and tell them to step back.
I can't move.
Dagger's visible
yeah, you
too
can't.
if you need to get hurt.
Invisible?
I'll
She's invisible, right?
I thought she became visible to when she whispered to Brew.
That's not an action.
Or
No,
did that
she-
just give away her location?
Yeah, she became no longer hidden when she spoke.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
They
but
could
that's
just hear
perfect.
me.
I'm just gonna swing around, but leave that guy where he is. That grappled drow.
Alright. Let me figure out. Can I put it there? Or is that right on that pillar?
You can go there, yeah.
Yeah, I'll miss one of the drow, but as I raise the wand, I'll just kind of whisper under my breath, forgive me for this, brother.
Just you're actually missing the back two, I think.
Oh, I'm missing both of those back there? Well, I mean, really I want to get her.
Right,
That's my
right.
big.
Alright, the drow
Sorry to
look at
interrupt
the
as well.
wand and then they sort of say to the to each other, like the commander says, Fireball! And all three drow grab their black capes throw them over themselves and hold up their bucklers and duck to the ground. And as she says that, she is not quite quick enough. The fireball explodes in her face, but the other two only get mildly hurt. And Nox is just incinerated for 24 fire damage.
No!
There's no saving in Pavel, I'm sorry.
All three drow jump back up, bit of smoke trailing off of them, and the captain is looking pretty hurt. She grabs her waist and she just does like 3 different hand signals.
What does she say?
She's saying, don't let them out of your sight.
Alright, well, things are about to get messy over in this corner. And I'll come back over here.
And she also says, get the elf.
You bitch. You bitch. Oh man. Alright, that's my turn.
Pavel.
Seeing Nox literally blown up in front of him. Quick question from IC. Does he still have his cloak and his iron rod? Like, a little cloak he used to wrap. Not wrap, but, use as a hood. Is it
He's
still
just-
intact?
He's just wearing like his clothes, whatever he was wearing, like his hood and.
Is it still intact?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Probably ish.
I'll take repair. But, drow killing time. Gonna kill us.
That hits.
Shoot him again. Shit.
And smoke comes out of the pistol as it's just glowing with radiant energy. It overheats.
Quickly, spin, clear out, reload, fire.
It's another hit. Another bullet clips the drow.
God damn it, not dead. Shoot him again.
That's a hit. And you pierce a radiant hole straight through his chest, knocking him to the ground dead.
I'll take the opportunity attack.
She whips that short sword at you viciously, Pavel. And whoosh,
Ouch.
she hits you for 13 damage.
Okay, that was 4.
She is going to rush you, Pavel. She runs around behind you and then jumps, angling sideways and tries to stab you with her short sword. And she hits
Shield.
you for 16 damage. Alright, you cast shield and then she swings again. And that bounces off your shield and then she runs further down in this direction. This drow warrior attacks Brew using his short sword. He misses with 1 attack. And he misses with his other attack. This drow takes a dash action. He comes around the corner. Yeah.
Hello, you.
Nox's undead corpse is just smoldering on the ground.
How to be done.
This drow also takes a dash action and he runs up around here. Dagger.
Okay. 30. And no, I don't want to move there. Bonus action hide. So maybe they won't hear me as I go past them.
Okay.
Yay, 32. Well, I wouldn't have rolled that, but okay. That's my movement. Bonus action dash 10, 20, 30. And I'm gonna do my action dash to get here.
You use your action to dash, right?
Yeah.
Movement, bonus action, hide, dash. So you're done.
Yeah. I am done.
You'll be done like down here. Use your movement, 30 feet. Use your bonus action to hide. And then you move
Oh
another
yeah,
30
yeah,
feet.
sorry.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move 5 feet to the east, shoving that guy with me.
Okay. You slide him over Nox's corpse.
And yeah, like, here, Nox, chew on this. And then I'm gonna let him go. Move back there.
Alright.
Still like 30.
Attacks you. And he hits you for 16 damage.
And then I'm gonna drop Sun Death, saying a few words to Tempest, like Tempest always, and actually he'll say Tempest Fugit, even though he doesn't know what it means, and then I'll attempt to grapple the one on the north with one hand.
And he jumps out of your reach.
You slippery little eel. I'll step and draw an adamantine war pick out and slam it into his head.
He steps back, interposes his buckler, and the war pick glances off as he uses his reaction to add to his AC. That's a mess.
Slippery trap.
Rolling.
And see, Brew, how dare you not get grappled by me?
Right?
Go for a headshot with the pick.
As he's doing that, the drow smiles at you. Don't worry. Lonwell will treat you well. As long as you can sing for her.
Who will treat me well?
He just smiles awkwardly.
You can't even smile correctly.
Ow.
Um,
Matron mother, of course.
Oh, I'm sure that she's on the list. And let's see here. I am going to Dimension Door. Over here.
Alrighty.
Then I don't really have a bonus action. So I will kind of move over here. Just gonna be playing a game of keep away with these drow, so keep the holy weapon up
Okay.
if possible. And that's my.
Pavel.
Gonna shoot this one on top of my friend's corpse.
That hits.
Damn.
That is a miss.
There-
That hits. He staggers backwards, he's hurting.
Shoot him again.
That's another hit.
Come on.
And it sinks into his subtle leather armor. You can see these glowing yellow beads, but he still stands.
Bad rolls.
The captain rushes Brew,
Oh shit.
misses with her first attack, and hits you for 15 damage with the second attack. This drow is going to move over here.
I'm gonna whack him. Hopefully it kills him. Probably
Just
not.
whoop.
Come on, good roll. Damn it.
It's a miss. Do an improvised weapon attack. Miss. And he's gonna shoot his hand crossbow at Roland.
He's gonna take me down.
Sorry, light crossbow. You've got 3/4 cover, Roland. +5 to your
Okay, that's
AC.
not that. Yeah, that's not bad.
And
Hey, just enough.
arrow.
Woohoo!
The bolt bounces, slides across the wall. This drow just keeps attacking you, Brew, as you've grabbed him. Not grabbed him, as you've swung at him, he riposts. First attack is a miss. And second attack, it's a miss. And Nox is still just dead. Nothing changes, unfortunately. But it's like everyone is not going to surrender to these drow. This drow will attack Brew. And Brew, you're hit for 11 damage. Alright, use Relentless Rage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Let's hope.
Alright, he stabs you, and even though it's a grievous wound that would render a normal man unconscious, you fight through it and remain on 1 hit point. The drow gives you this astonished look and attacks again. And make another Constitution save.
I'll use some.
Use what, sorry?
I'll use my bardic inspiration on that.
Okay.
D10. Ah.
Oh my F and G's.
Eh.
You fall to the ground unconscious. And the drow whacks you on the face with the pommel of his short sword to knock you out. He then rushes up to here towards Pavel. Dagger.
They seem rather determined to take these. They seem rather determined to take us as prisoners, don't they?
Yep. Yep. what they said, but
Yeah.
they may change their mind.
I'm just going to 10, 20, bonus action dash, and then action dash 10, 20, 30. Get over closer to Roland.
Alright, Brew, you're unconscious. No death saves. Roland.
Alright, let's what is this? Oh, that's not the right tool. I need to move a little closer. Coming around the corner. I'm going to viciously lock that drow.
And me resist. The spell has no effect.
Yeah, he rolled high. That sucks. Yeah. Alright. Come back around the corner. I don't have a bonus action I can use at the moment.
Pavel.
Seeing the situation at hand, Pavel starts panicking and yells to, well, yeah, not yells, but says like this will not happen again, and he's gonna shoot this drow here.
That hits. And you shoot him straight down. He falls onto his knees, face first, onto the floor.
The rest of the bullets gonna.
That hits. And you hit him with one bullet. You hit him again.
Bonus action. Fuck. No, I'm using my. I'm using a luck. Can I attack again, or does that mean I have to reroll 20?
So reroll. If you use lucky, you roll another d20 and use that one.
Why? Why is this happening?
Miss. Alright, Shinzao says, oh, so you want to die fighting, very well. And she takes her short sword and tries to slit Brew's throat. And, Brew, you fail 2 death saving throws. And she cuts your throat, killing you. Brew, your neck is slit, blood just spews out all over the ground. The female drow looks over and smiles gleefully. We were going to keep you prisoner, but now you can die to loaf. This drow warrior smiles. Ha ha ha, yes. Fool. And shoots Pavel with his light crossbow. And Pavel, you're hit for 7 points of piercing damage. Make a constitution save against poison. You resist the drow poison. This drow warrior rushes you, Pavel. Attacks you with his short sword. Miss. Just give up, he says. And he attacks you again for 16 points of damage.
Shield.
Okay. Cast shield, and the short sword bounces off once more. Dagger.
Pavel, give up. I show myself.
Alright, you drop invisibility.
Yep. But that's not what I look like.
What do you do, Dagger?
And I put my hands up and say, "We surrender."
The captain yells out, "Throw down your weapon! Face the wall!" She just has this like evil smirk. Her eyes are sort of excitedly glowing like she revels in the blood. You see bruised blood spattered all over the drow.
I throw down my weapon and face the wall.
Alright, we're still in initiative, so if that's the end of your turn, Dagger, we'll keep it moving. So, Brew, the drow had cut your throat immediately upon you falling onto the ground, and at the moment, your soul hasn't fully left your body. You've only just died. It takes about a minute. So you're just in this quasi sort of state of darkness. Roland.
I don't know how Roland would react to Dagger giving up like that. Well, not giving up, per se. Because I know I can pick Brew back up because we don't need components to cast spells on them of that nature. So I have Raise Dead. I can get him back up, but it's not like that takes an action. It takes an hour to cast that. So
About 1,000 rounds.
yeah, it's a little lot. Oh, shit.
Well, you know how Dagger feels about drow, especially house
Yeah.
drows.
Yeah. I mean, Roland is tempted to just throw like a super high level fireball down there, but well, I suppose I surrender as well. I don't have a weapon to drop though.
Against the wall. Drop your focus. Your spell focus.
Sure. I just kind of lean the guitar up against the wall.
Cease your spell, your magic. Cease it.
Don't do it, Roland.
Pavel, there's really no getting out of this. I'm sorry.
No. No, they killed Brew.
We can bring him back. Don't worry about that. We can bring him back. And I'll stop concentrating on a holy weapon. And that's my turn.
Holy weapon goes down.
Don't kill you. Don't sacrifice yourself, Pavel.
I was gonna look at them like a wild animal. And then tell Roland, tell him we can bring Bruce's body along.
Oh yeah, Pavel can understand Elvish. We will be allowed to bring our friend that you just slit at his throat, right?
We will see.
Your mistress will always want another slave.
I take orders from my matron mother, not you. My orders are to capture you. However, we have protocols as well. You have killed a few of my men now. There's a price to pay for this. Alright, Pavel, you're up.
What did she say?
I'll tell Pavel what she said.
So that's a no then.
Well, she didn't say that.
It will definitely be a no if you keep fighting.
I can do it though. I
No.
can probably kill them.
Pavel, please.
Don't you see what's gonna happen to us if we let them take us? We can't bring Brew back to life. We can't bring Nox back up to the surface. Fuck!
It's a difficult situation, Pavel.
Right, round turns to 6 seconds. So do something now, Pavel, or I'm gonna skip your turn. Move on to the Drow's turn.
Oh fuck, I don't know right now. It's kind of a hard decision. I'm not gonna lie. Because I feel like I can take them down, but I'm thinking they can kill my friends. Pavel's gonna look at all the situation and
Think of the situation.
throw down his gun.
They just asked you guys to surrender and throw down your weapons, and you guys started attacking them. They didn't attack first.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Pavel was just told to kill and he did it. So, I was gonna look at the Drows and then the leader there and throw down his gun on the floor.
Okay. Break initiative. Each of the warriors slam you up against the wall and put manacles on you. Pavel, Dagger, and Roland. They apply them very tightly as well. Twist your arms behind your back. And then they knock you all out. They just smack Dagger and Roland with the pommels of their short swords. Pavel, you see Dagger and Roland both hit the ground. And then you're next. Unless you want to try and fight them off manacled.
There's no point.
They would
It's
be
a losing battle.
Yeah, they'd both be a one hit because there are no hit points. You have some hit points left. But if you want to just allow them to knock you out, it is your choice.
Well, thinking about this, seeing that both his friends were equally messed up, and knowing if I attacked, they'll probably slit their throats like they did to Brew. Pavel's just gonna sadly take it, I guess.
He whispers in your ear, "Good night," and stabs you with a poisoned bolt, which renders you unconscious. Brew, are you saying you don't want to be resurrected?
I just don't care. Like, whatever. If Brew's dead, that's fine. I got another character in the
Oh, Brew is
back
dead.
background
No.
I can play a different one. There's one that I got that I've been thinking about playing actually. So
Whoa!
Alright, well,
It's a lot of death in one run.
yeah, I mean, you are dead, but there is this thing called Raise Dead, Revivify, Resurrection. Death doesn't mean the end.
All that good stuff.
Death just means a defeat. So, but it's your choice. If you want to retire Brew, then that's up to you.
well, are we hitting break time?
No, but I need
Okay.
to know if you want to be raised or not before we move on.
This is important.
Because if you don't want to be brung back from the dead, then the raise dead spell's going to fail. But Roland has got intentions on bringing you back, so if you do want to be brung back, the spell will succeed.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All in a coin toss. It's funny.
Okay, alright, so you do want to come back. Everyone wakes up with 1 hit point. You're all still restrained, manacled, and you're laying on cold, hard ground, surrounded by some male drow. Seeing warriors that had just captured you. Except for you, Brew, you don't wake up yet. You're still unconscious. Well, still dead. However, you actually become unattuned to all your items as well from dying. For more than a minute. Well, even the dead drow comes with you, apparently. Alright, there's a bit of conversating going on. You hear some indistinct chatter in Elvish as you guys wake up. You're very disorientated. You can actually feel this sickness. The drow have poisoned you guys while you're unconscious as well. So you're feeling very, very hazy. And you're also poisoned. And restrained from the manacles as you guys lay on the ground. As you come to, you find yourself in this somewhat opulent chamber. There is a metal table in which you're surrounding, and it has this vague sort of spiderweb appearance to it. There's no seats on it though, and there's no there's just this one drow smiling at you guys, staring down at you as you wake up on the ground. To the east of the room, there is some sort of parlor. You can see some small glowing braziers, and there is this scent of perfume, incense, coming from that area. There is also 2 male drow attendants. They're not armored, they're just wearing clothes, just plain clothes, black clothes. And they do have short swords by their sides. And one of them is carrying a platter with some exotic looking foods. And another one has a bottle of wine with a cloth over his shoulder. The parlor is furnished with overstuffed chairs, cushioned divans, and the smouldering incense emanating from bronze braziers. There's also a glass cabinet stocked with wines and goblets, crystal sculptures of demons, which one of the drows takes and puts wine back from. There are several drow in this room. There's also one non-drow, well, two non-drow. The most commanding looking drow, the one that commands the most presence, is this particular female drow. She's dressed like drow royalty. She has a wicked looking staff in her hand. She has a pinkish glow to her hair and a robe that looks like it's made of spider webs. When you see her, you know that this is the matron mother, Lonwelv or Vrinda. She looks like a drow priestess of Loth, but very elevated. She lounges on one of these divans. There is another drow. It looks like her personal bodyguard. He looks old for a drow, maybe 600 years old, maybe even older. He wears full plate, and he's armed with at least 3 different swords, none of which are brandished, but all within a finger's reach. And also, burbling out some abyssal nonsense next to Lonwelv is this weird yellow melting tree type demon with one red eye googling around near the top of the stump. It kind of looks like a melted candle. It's a yolk-claw. Seems to be advising Lonwelv. She rests on this divan, just kind of stretched out in a very relaxed fashion. She swirls a bit of wine around in her hand before smelling it and taking a sip. On the advisor's weight on her hand and foot. And Darius, you're here as well.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, you can see the map, right?
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
Okay. Before we go any further, do you want to introduce your character?
Woo!
What you guys would see is a very large humanoid figure, looking older, salt and pepper through his hair, kind of a deep undercut, very high and tight, a short goatee, both that's also very well salt and peppered. But he's kind of imposing. He's 6'4", in full like a half plate, a half plate male, and is very stern looking. He kind of looks like he's resting, like resting bitch face all the time. One long deep scar over his left eye down to mid cheek, has obviously taken the sight out of one eye. Doesn't seem to bother him, and is carries himself in a manner that is very guarded but not afraid, if that makes sense.
Alright, so Darius, you've got a bit of a dark background, haunted look to your face, and you're a cleric of Helm.
I am.
Alright, you arrived at Waterdeep to do Helm's bidding, and you mentioned that you'd like to be a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Oui.
Alright, Lord Dagult Neverember has put you in contact with Saphra Bellabantra in Waterdeep. She has a mission for you in servitude for Helm, perhaps something that can shed a little bit of light on your dark background at the same time. when you met with Savra Bellabantra, she told you that word had reached her that adventurers had had some success in Undermountain lately. She wants to learn more about these adventurers. So does Lord Dagolt Neverember. So she has told you to meet with them as her trusted and proven cleric. She tells you that if you complete this mission, you'll become heir to all that she beholds in Waterdeep. And this mission is as much as a test for you as it is for the rest of your party members. Well, the party members that you're about to meet. Now, Savra, she's well over 100 years old, but she's never forgotten the dark blemish on her family's honor, left by Vanrak Moonstar. The darkness that sent her to blindly join cultists of elemental evil in her past. Vanrak Moonstar married into the Bellabantra house long ago. Vanrak and his small army of Shah worshippers fled into Undermountain to escape punishment for their many crimes in the city. It's Lady Bellabantra's recollection that a long-time ally of the Moonstar family, a bronze dragon named Gleister, was asked or told to find Vanrak and bring him to Waterdeep to face justice. Dragon found Vanrak, but could not wrest him from the depths of Undermountain. Instead, the dragon became corrupted by Shah's magic. Shah is the god of shadow. And the dragon was transformed into a shadow dragon named Unbraxakar. And in this evil form, the dragon fought by Vanrak's side for years, even serving as his mount from time to time. Savra believes that it's her family's responsibility to free the dragon from Shah's evil grasp, one way or another. She asks you to meet with the adventurers and convince them to find the Shadow Dragon in Vanrak Doom, one of the deeper levels of Undermountain. Break Shah's hold over him. Failing that, you should put the dragon out of its misery. In exchange for your help, Savra has promised you the friendship of House Moonstar, which comes tangible benefits.
I don't see why that doesn't sound reasonable enough.
So you've done some tracking down of these adventurers, and you'd probably used a couple of gates. You'd met with Dern at the Yawning Portal. Use these gates to kind of get you an expedited journey through Undermountain. You haven't made your way through all 10 levels to get here by any means. You wouldn't have survived. You actually used a gate that got you from level 1 straight to level 10, in fact. And you have you've heard that the adventurers have been spotted in Dweemacore, level 9. So you went to make your way down level 9. However, you're accosted by drow, and you were heavily outnumbered. So instead of choosing to die, you chose to surrender. And surprisingly, you've been given very good hospitality here by the drow. You've been fed, you've been given wine, you've been allowed to lounge here, and you've recovered from that massive journey from heading like 100 feet into Undermountain and going to a gate that takes you. You've not been in Undermountain for very long, Darius. But yeah, you're surprised at the drow's hospitality, and you're in the midst of conversating with Lonwelv, and you feel like she was about to make a proposal to you.
She's gonna make me an offer I can't refuse.
Yep. She's gonna make you literally an offer that you can't refuse. So just as she's about to make that offer to you, suddenly doors have burst open from the south, and drow warriors have come in with captives. They've dropped them down here. Lon Wolf has started speaking in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish, Darius?
I do not. Wait, no, I do. I do speak Elvish.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they're just saying that they found some trespassers and they've captured them at your orders. And then so that kind of it intersected the offer that was about to be proposed to you, and now Lon Wolf has been speaking in Abyssal to this Yoklol, taking some advice, and
I speak Abyssal as well.
it just says,
Yes, Lord Well. You can use them all. This one is strong, but not strong enough. You need more. If you do not deal with the problem, we are flanked by enemies. House Freth will crush us, Lonwell. Use them. And if they don't do what we say, then we will kill them anyway.
Yes, you are correct, Shalzina. And at this time, you guys have stirred. Bring me my prisoners. Would you rest? Yes, Lonwell. Up. This drow wearing plate mail with a couple other drow warriors grab you guys to your feet. March you into this room. Oh, why? Take the manacles off them. They should feel welcome here. But Lonwell, they are dangerous. And so are we, Stress. I will not have my guests manacled in such fashion. Take the manacles off, or be judged by Loth. Yes, my mother. Yes, my matron. He unmanacles everyone.
As soon as my manacles are off, I'm gonna do Drow sign language saying, I can't understand a word you're saying. Can we switch to common, please?
I thought you were going to be like, I do a fireball.
No. I pulled the wand out of my pants. I had it hidden there.
Yeah, they've just taken your weapons, they've thrown your backpacks in the corner, and they haven't taken your armor off.
Sundeath was actually on the ground. Do you reckon they would have picked?
Yep, Sundeath is there and a big pile of stuff. They cleaned up. They've taken Brew as well.
Sundeath's a really big, shiny sword. I don't think they would have left that.
Yeah, they cleaned up.
Yeah, so the first thing that Dario sees of Roland is not him speaking, but doing Drow sign language. So.
Alright. Lonwelf then takes her staff and taps it on the ground gently 3 times. And all of a sudden, everyone's voices become apparent. She casts tongues. I apologize about the way you were treated. Please sit.
I think that we would have been a little more hospitable, and as I sit down, if we were not treated as prisoners to begin with. No. I'll sit down.
I had heard from one of my patrols that there were some others prowling around Muiral's laboratory. I sent one of my guards to collect you. I apologize about the way they have treated you, but I have heard that you fought and killed 3 of my men.
Well, we were afraid for our lives.
One of them.
Of course we would.
One of my men mentioned that you spoke of my daughter, Melith.
Yes.
You're the ones that have killed my son. My 2 other daughters. Correct? On level
Honestly,
3 and
you
level
already
4.
You already know the answer to that, so I will not lie. Yes, we are the ones that have done this.
Yes. That just proves their weaknesses. They are being judged by Lolth now. Shinzal, go and get Melith for me. I want to hear it from her mouth. The guards nod. The captain and her 2 men leave the room. You wait for about 2 minutes, and then Melith enters. She enters the room, and she bows deeply to Lonwell. Mother, you have summoned me? Yes, I have, daughter. Are these the ones that spared your fickle life in the Willowwood? Yes, mother. That is them. I don't recognize that one, though. And she points to Darius. Very well, that is all I need from you, Melith. Dismissed. Melith nods and smiles at you all.
Roll and makes a mental note. No mercy next time.
Please, are you hungry? Do you want something to drink?
Honestly, I've lost all appetite at this point in time.
You don't fear me, do you?
Well, we are at the point that, fearing you or not, our lives are in your hands. So, if we fear you or not, I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Oh, don't worry. I am a diplomat. Of course I don't want you dead. Otherwise, you would be dead.
Less useful dead, I assume.
My captain tells me that one of yours had been turned into a ghoul.
Yes, the work of that monster.
Oh, yes.
That lurks on this level.
Muiral.
We are still on level 10, are we not?
Yes, indeed, we are. Muiral the Misshapen, we call him. He's one of Hallister's apprentices. My ancestors once inhabited this level, but they were forced to abandon it long ago. Muiral still lurks here. I think that was him there screaming. I'm going to have to slay that beast later.
Jeez.
Mini-Seb will stop teething. You don't have to kill him.
Yes, I apologize about the appearance of the lair. Murals not kept it in proper keeping. It is just a pale shadow of what it was once in its former glory. It's fallen into despair and neglect of what I've heard. But do not worry, we are working on to restoring it. However, Muiral is turning out to be quite a problem. He has killed more than a dozen of my best warriors. And I cannot afford to sacrifice any more, as we are at war. I am looking for capable adventurers. I would like you to hunt down and slay Muiral. He is an unwelcome distraction. What I can offer you is food and drink and shelter and safe passage to our level. If you
Darius.
refuse this, then I hope you understand I will have to kill you.
I'll gladly kill that monster.
It
There you
seems
go.
that you have us between a rock and a hard place, as it were. Kind of look to Pavel and Dagger. I can't exactly speak for all of us, but I accept.
And your friend. My captain tells me that you wish for his corpse to be taken with you. Do you hope to resurrect him?
Well, I could start on that right now if you would let me.
No, you'll not in this chamber. I will allow you to rest in the infirmary until you're at full strength. You'll be guarded. If I sense any funny business, I'll be informed immediately. And if you thought Muiral was a problem, you'll think again if you face me. As I am Lonwelv Orrinda, matron mother of House Orrinda, the most powerful drow house in all of Mendelbranson. We have many allies, and we are great.
Darius looks up from his cup and kind of hands from Dagger to roll into Pavel over to Venwelf and just says, Your Grace, I would not presume too much from the likes of you, but I would hope that in this great moment that we can find the common ground. They are not going to do you any harm. At most, they are an annoyance to you, and you should see that if you want them to work for you, that no more harm comes to them. If they want their friend back, if it is in your power, what is one more soldier for you than nothing else?
My power is granted to me through lost fickle favor. This male over there that slumps next to my table is not worthy of this power. I have given you my conditions. They are not up for negotiation. You'll slay Muiral, or you'll die. Now, you can leave my chamber. Zres, take them to the infirmary. You will leave at once you have recovered. She claps her hands.
Come with me,
Zres says.
Roland will get up and he'll look to Darius. And he'll nod, understanding what he was trying to do, and then follow.
Pavel's gonna look at Miss Longwealth and tell her, I will slaughter Muriel for what he's done, and I guarantee you that.
That's
I'll get
the
the job
spirit.
done.
Zres grabs
He's gonna
Drew
bow
by the leg
to-
and just starts dragging him along the ground as well.
Easy with the
He's
good stuff.
gonna he's gonna bow to Longwealth and then quickly make his way with his friends and this new person.
Alright, the advisor, one of the servants follows you guys out to close the door behind you. Zres takes you through this hall to the east. There are huge 12-foot tall stone doors, and it's looking like the coronavirus up in here.
Too real.
Too real.
It's a hospital.
Zres, wasn't it? If you would please place him on one of those beds there.
He just gives you a cold, hard stare, and then purposely just drops Brew on the ground.
You dick.
And then he just
I'm gonna
walks
pick up.
off.
I'm gonna pick up.
Darius would pick up another arm and kind of You notice he's doing it rather gently. He's not trying to be really aggressive with the fact that it's a corpse, but respectful. Would help you carry him over
Make
to
an
the
athletics check
bed.
to pick up Brew.
Yeah, Brew's big. Oh, there you go.
Alright, Darius, you easily pick him up. Yeah, you guys hoist him up.
This
So,
bed here,
yeah.
Lisa.
In this chamber, there are 24 wooden cots in rows, and you see some wounded drow resting in them. They all look like male warriors, and they're actually still clad in armor. They have weapons next to their beds, and you can see blood soaking their blankets, and tending to them are 3 junior drow priestesses of Loth. And they come over and start tending to you guys, getting you into bed and whatnot.
No, I'll like fend them off for the moment and say I have to work on my friend for a little bit. So, if you would please wait. And I'll do it in sign language because I don't have tongues.
One of them says,
Darius would
"What has my auntie brung us today? You're not drow. You're not fighting in the war."
And Darius just holds up a hand and says, good healers. They are not your concern right now. In a moment, we will probably need some assistance, but give us a
Darius,
moment to catch their...
make a persuasion check.
Fuck, they're like...
You're missing
Oh
that
no.
charisma, aren't you?
Oh no. We must do our duty. And 3 of them head over to Roland, Pavel, and Dagger, and they each reach
Leave
out.
me alone.
No. You have poison in your system, young one. Let us heal it.
Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last.
If you accept it, they'll place a hand on you and cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, I mean, I won't. I'll let her do whatever. I'm not really paying attention to her anymore. I've already got my hands like over Brew, and I'm gonna go ahead and start my chants.
Same, and I'm just gonna be there watching over Brew and Roland, just
And then I'm gonna start
putting my
casting
hand on my friends.
Alright, Roland, you do a raise dead, and you just place your hand on Brew's head, and it's really slimy. You continue the spell. No diamond needed.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the hour, Brew opens his eyes on 1 hit point. And it's an ordeal.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Roland.
I'm gonna hug
The
him.
land of the living.
It's in the street
Thanks for
huggy.
that. You know, it's not the same on the other side every time. It's been different. Yeah.
Really, that's actually very interesting. How was it this time?
Well, it's still dark. Yeah. And he starts looking around to get a new tattoo. Do you know if they have tattooists here? I like to tattoo what's killed me on my body somewhere.
Did you see Knox?
I did not see Nox.
Yeah, Brew, your soul went to whatever god you worship, the plane of which your god resides.
Oh, cool. Well,
Which
ostensibly Tempest.
I'm not even sure what that is. Is it Tempest?
I think that's who he worships.
I mean-
He's neutral by alignment, but maybe there's just a big pirate ship in.
If you
thinks
worship
it's
Tempest, you'll
anyway.
go to that plane.
I feel like maybe that's why it's different this time. Is that only recently has his perhaps faith become more than zealotry or something? Like he's starting to act like before he just thought he was a priest, but he was pretending at it, right? So now it seems like his stuff's actually working. So yeah, maybe this time he actually went and hung out with Tempest for a bit. And Tempest was like, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, some good fights, yeah. Lost a good buddy. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen, hey. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, as you open your eyes, Brew, you find yourself surrounded by your friends. You're a bit sore though. It's an ordeal, and you have a -4 to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Every time you take a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears.
Alrighty.
And then
I'm
I'll
gonna.
explain to Brew as best I can, kind of what's happening. And that after we rest up, we're probably going to have another run at Muriel.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
We have to have one, otherwise, well, all the drow here will kill us.
Oh yeah. Well, let's give Tempest another chance to see what he wants us to do in that fight. Then, yeah. He was crafty. A lot of spells.
He really was.
Darius sits down on a cot adjacent to Roland after seeing Roland perform the Raise Dead, and says, "Are you a priest or just someone who dabbles?"
I'm not exactly a priest. I wouldn't call it that. I do worship Timora, and well, I think I might draw some inspiration, as it were, from that worship. But this is wholly arcane. I'm a bard, you see. Unfortunately, I do not have my instrument on me.
Well, it is still good to meet you. I am Darius. And he holds out his hand for to kind of do the Roman clasp, because that's just what you do. Apparently, we are going to be working together.
Well, that's what happens sometimes, and then I'll clasp it.
Trust me, I will not just give way to let evil things happen to us. It will be as it should.
Kind of look him up and down. Well, you do seem to be a holy man of some sort. That would be good to have along, at least. We've had a little bit of a rough patch, I guess you could say.
Officially, my title is Warden. I am a Warden of Helm. I have been service to him for the better part of a decade. And as far as your group goes, I can see a burly one.
One of the drow yells, interrupts you. Shut up!
You shut up!
Brew growls at the drow. Hey, lie down.
He grabs his short sword
Could be
beside his bed and stands up and just stares at you all intently. But then
Do you really want to do this?
One of the priestesses puts him back down. Go to sleep.
Seb, I'm going to give Brew that one thing right now.
The necklace? Or
What?
the other thing?
The ring.
Okay.
What are you giving me?
It's a ring.
Oh. Well, thank you, Dagger. I mean,
It's not that kind of ring.
I had no idea.
Wow.
I've always had
Nox
a
has
strong
been dead
reaction.
for 10 minutes.
Brew,
I've always had a fond affection for you, but never.
All that goes through my head is, I got hoes. I got hoes.
Down
In
the
different area code.
Alright. It's made from black stone, and it's set with tiny little, are they diamonds? Aquamarine?
Aquamarines.
Yeah, tiny little aquamarines. And where the gemstones are set, it kind of look like the suckers of an octopus's tentacle. with one big fat aquamarine set into the keystone of the ring.
Ooh, fancy.
Wow. Wow, thanks. Do you think I could hit things with it? Oh, that's awesome. That's super rad. Yeah, the octopus, the tentacles are actually really cool in a ring.
Alright, I think it's time you guys take a long rest. Brew,
Yes, please.
you'll recover 1 level of your death sickness.
The old death stank.
Get back all your hit points, spell slots, 5 hit die. Oh wait, what level are you guys? 10 or 11? 11?
11.
11, yeah. 5 hit die. And you guys wake up the next day feeling a lot better. And Brew, you can reattune to those 3 magic items that you're attuned to. And we'll take a 10-minute break now as well.
Cool.
Alrighty.
So, just remember that death is not the end. It's only a setback. Unless
Unless you-
knocks. Yeah.
Well, death wasn't
Unless you
the
get
end
turned
for
into a
him.
zombie. But then, yeah.
Or get
Death wasn't the end,
disintegrated.
it was undeath.
Or someone hits you with finger of death. Or you get wished into
Or,
a pile
you know.
of dust.
I think
Well,
that's
disintegrate
Or you
works
jump
too,
into
right?
a sphere of annihilation. Alright, well, in most cases. Alright, I'll see you guys back soon.
Alright.
Roland, do you need to like bounce away for a second?
No.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say like, what would have transpired? Darius would have spent, not like been too imposing about it, but basically been like, hey, what happened, and tried to garnish basically the story of what happened to you guys and what happened as far as like why was the group basically like in shambles
Oh.
when they were brought in.
I mean, Roland would definitely tell. Just because, I mean, you're in the same situation as us right now. You're up shit creek without a paddle. And when people are in that kind of situation together, they have to come together or things fall apart. So, to give you a better sense of who we are, Roland would definitely talk with you about that. He would still be guarded. Like, I mean, he wouldn't
Of course.
be like just completely open friendly with you, but
And your react like your the impression Darius would be giving would be very almost militaristic, that like non-emotional, very like, this is okay, I understand this is, we should come up with a plan of attack, and kind of seeing it not from an emotional standpoint but kind of very like straightforward. But the whole time you can tell, like, or I should say, he tries to hide it, but he's not very good about it. There is some concern on his face, like kind of almost that this is already claimed casualties. It could claim more, and he's trying to rationalize with that without like being forward about like, oh yeah, that's just cool. That's because that's not what he wants. But past that, he would ask basically what brought you guys, what started the whole mission down into Undermountain, and you know, you don't have to go into detail. You just give me the abridged version of whatever.
yeah. I mean, Roland would give you. He would start with sort of kind of like a grand tell, almost ballad type, because Roland has been working on it. I mean, this is the ballad, you know. I mean, that's his whole reason for being in Undermountain. Well, it was his reason for being in Undermountain, like when he started. it's the ballad, you know. It's gonna be part of
To
it.
end all ballads.
Yeah. It's his magnum opus. So, but he's only worked on it enough to where it's like our adventures through like the first 2 or 3 levels. So after that, it's kind of like, oh well, then we did this and that and this and that.
Trying to find just the right way to say we slaughtered a whole lot of old drow.
Yeah, that's what's got me. That's what's got Roland hung up, because it's
Okay.
hard to be heroic when you're just slaughtering a lot of people.
On
So-
a just an informational note, would Roland tell him about Nox in detail or Nox in passing, and would he describe his death?
I think it wouldn't be like super detail. I mean, it wouldn't be in any more detail than what he would have said about himself or any of the other party members. Everybody gets everybody gets an equal share of the story because it's everyone's story, not just Roland's. About his death, he would tell you that while he didn't see it, he can surmise what had happened because Roland was unconscious at the time. He can tell him he would tell him what hit Roland to make him unconscious, and basically give you a rundown on some of Muriel's ability. So we can.
Okay. So the death of a party member would be much more of a not a glancing moment, but it wouldn't be something that Roland would really partake to a new person.
Roland is trying to keep a little detachment at the moment, just to.
That's fair. And Darius would actually. Go ahead.
Keep himself together and for the benefit of Dagger and Pavel as well. He believes Brew could probably take it, especially following Tempest, but because sometimes comrades die. It's just the way of life. But
Yeah, Brew was just shocked by the whole undeadedness of it and the complete loss.
During the conversation, Darius would have a rather large flask of very hard alcohol, and he would offer some back and forth as a gesture of, "Let us talk. It's okay to. This is cathartic in its own way."
Roland would take he'd take like one sip and then be like, and then realize that he probably will not roll that well again. So he's sauced enough. So it doesn't take much for Roland to get a little loose.
And Darius, noticing anyone else who's paying attention to the conversation, would pass it around. He does have a passive perception of 19, so not a lot escapes him.
Oh, well, it wouldn't take much to notice that one of Brew's flaws is... So Brew would probably start to drink as much.
You seem a rather experienced... well, to be fair, my father would have called you nothing more than a blowhard, but I'm fairly certain.
That's what my father used to call me too. He'd say, "Come here, you little..." Never really knew what he meant by that.
Gathering by the tattoos and the strange choice of fashion. You're a seafaring man, are you not?
I was. I've got to get a new tattoo. One with a bunch of cheeky drow on it. See, I get one here every time I've been killed. See, this one here, that's an aboleth. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah.
Oh wow.
This one here, Intellect Devourer. This is a Mutinous Crew. That was the first one. Yeah. That one, it's still... My back still itches from that one. But I gotta hand it to Nox. Killed and turned undead. I'll never top him. He just never... and as Brute drinks more, he'll start to really, go on about Nox. He was always the top. Everything he did was the top. He's the number one at dying. No wonder he killed Xanathar. Xanathar. He killed him. Nox killed Xanathar.
And during that kind of monotribe where Bruce just is spouting good things about Nox and all the adventures and whatnot, which is kind of what Darius was hoping for, to get to know the crew a little bit better. You'll notice that he goes from looking rather stern that a small smile cracks on the side of his lip, and it's not mischievous or anything. It's much more approving. Okay, you're and it's that recognition of family. He can see it now in how the group melds, and is just kind of nodding and not saying much. He's just soaking in all the information. Passing, of course, more alcohol to Brew anytime he wants it.
I once saw him throw 5 lightning bolts in a single round.
Oh, that would be quite a feat.
He was a master.
Roland
Master
is
of
standing behind Brew at this point, kind of shaking his head no, he didn't.
Well, it was more than one, so that's probably for Brew. It's 1, 2, more than 2.
On occasion, Roland, you'd notice with his blind eye, he actually winks at you, kind of yeah, I get it. It's fine. I know that's not possible. But it's more of he's enjoying the grandioseness of the stories and how much from one person to another, how much Brew cared. And it's that liveliness that he's really soaking up.
Alright, there's Longwell's quest. She wants you guys to slay Muiral. Slay or be slain, pretty much.
Yeah. Get an offer that you
Do
can't
or die.
refuse.
Yeah, literally an offer you can't refuse.
Well, I mean, I guess we could have, but we'd had to start a new campaign, roll all new characters, and it's just a drag.
Be level 11.
Would you play Elf again?
Pretty sure that's his favorite race.
I really want to change, change my token to the one I had commissioned.
That's not gonna help, right? That's gonna
No, I know it's not, but still.
What is it? Level 12 when you get the full mantle of crazy.
Level 14 is when I physically permanently change. I will be much more tiefling-like then.
You're gonna grow a tail, cloven hooves,
Well, not the hooves. I don't like the hooves.
Okay.
Bigger horns though.
As you guys wake up, Melith comes to greet you, pushing through the doors. Daughter of Lonwelv. Did you sleep well? She says in Elvish.
Do we have our stuff back, by the way? I would have had to have had my guitar so I could cast Raise Dead, but...
Yeah, they gave you all your equipment back.
Okay.
Brew looks over at our new companion, Dagger, and whispers to you and says about Melith, "Hey, is that Dagger coming in? Where's Dagger? I haven't seen."
It is not. I'm gonna cast. Tongue like touch my throat and cast it. Quick. Well, it was not the best of sleep.
As you can see, I have honored our deal. You spared me on the Willowwood level. And now, I have spoken to my mother. She has spared you. She has requested that I take you now to Muiral's laboratory.
I really don't think that you had anything to do with it, but if you want to claim ownership of that deed, then fine, whatever.
I did say that you will be able to pass through this level unmolested, yes?
You did?
So the result is the same. Please follow me. He pushes open a set of doors to the west. Everything is pitch black down here as well. And, let me fix up light sources.
I'm gonna look to Darius before we go too much further, and I'll show him my scabbard that has like the hilt of a rapier coming out of it, and I say, and just so you know, and then I'll like pull out and show him that it's like just a hilt. I don't actually have a weapon, so don't count on that.
I believe that you have more of a weapon than you'd like to lead on, and as he says that, he just kind of touches his like lips.
I'll wink.
Alright, it's awfully dark down here for you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, and for me,
Darius.
I'll go ahead
Darius
and
will
get.
cast.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignite Sun Death. No point in fooling.
Darius would cast light on his shield.
So you're going to brandish your sword?
I think. Unless, are we gonna try to sneak our way in?
Just the fact that
No?
you're getting your weapon out and brandishing it in this drow fortress.
Well,
Drift globe there, Brew.
all right, Drift Club. Then I thought we were getting ready to fight. I was just getting my sword
I
out.
feel like they might think you're about to attack them.
Not yet.
Well, okay. Tell me when to attack. Also, while we're here, I do actually have a couple of potions on me, and I'm gonna hand Dagger. Have a potion of greater healing. I was too busy getting wrapped up in shambling mounds to get out last time. But yeah, just so that there's more potions.
Darius, you see, just reach out, and he has this very ornate-looking shield that he pulls down and taps the top rim of and casts light. But the facade of the shield is actually a molded gauntlet of helm. It actually has a relief setting that's almost like an inch and a half deep, really sticking out.
Ah, well, I guess it's no secret who you worship then.
I am his warden. I see no reason to hide it.
Molith sort of comments, "Oh, your eyes adjusted to a life of light, while we remain in the darkness. Cursed." As you enter this room, it's huge. The ceiling is 50 feet high, and there are web curtains separating the arch narthex to the north from the temple to the south. It blocks line of sight, so you can't see through it. But as you look around the temple nave, you notice the decor. There are 6 cracked pillars. They're carved with intertwining demons of all manner, grotesque fashions. They stretch to a 50-foot high ceiling braced by thick arches. The walls are cracked, damaged, And you can still make out vague carvings of demons and enormous spiders. And there are some workers here. There is a false ceiling covered in web. And atop this sturdy web are giant spiders climbing around. And then hanging from the spiders at various heights are male drow, masons. They have chisels, paintbrushes, other instruments also for stoneworking. The work crew are restoring this temple. Melitha steps forward and she takes her scourge and she places it up next to the web, and the web seemingly separates, creating a gap in which you guys can move through.
Whoa.
As we're walking forward, I'm gonna go ahead and reach up to the necklace that Dagger had made for me and use the Pearl of Power to regain the 3rd level spell slot that I used to cast Tongues.
Okay. You move up through the narthex of this temple to an even more impressive hall. This place is absolutely huge and it's crawling with drow.
Well, there are lots of you, aren't there?
She doesn't say anything. As you move through this enormous room, you hear this song. It's like a kind of cheery little song. It's coming from somewhere far to the north in the darkness. Like this is like the most enormous hall you've ever seen. It must be hundreds of feet wide. The ceiling is 80 feet high, and there are some enormous centerpiece sort of off in this direction that you guys can't really make out too well, because Melith kind of hugs the western wall and leads you guys through this area. And there's this jovial song that you catch a glimpse of.
Can I get like an idea of like what kind of instrument it is? Like maybe what race it is based on the instrument and the.
It's
the
not drow
melody?
music, that's for sure.
Yeah,
There is alright, make a perception check.
because drow music would be much more like edgy, I think.
So much more emo.
Yeah.
There's a drum, there's a fiddle, there's a viol, there's a horn, and a flute.
Gnome? Halfling?
Could be. Could be halfway.
Have to ask about that later.
Anyway, you move through this area, and up ahead there's two drow mages, male drow, standing near this gigantic crystal spider. Now, it looks like a giant spider. It's about the same size as a giant spider, but it's made from translucent blue crystal, and it kind of glows when you go near it for a brief moment.
Is it moving?
It's stationary, but it moves a little bit. Its legs
Oh my.
slightly
okay.
skitter.
Ugh,
There's
just spiders.
another enormous cavern here. Each room more impressive than the next in terms of size. This looks like a natural cavern, and there is a set of stone stairs that have been carved out of a shelf of rock. The cavern's roof is not even visible, and you can sort of hear a bit of water dripping and then the low kind of dull roar of a distant river off somewhere in the sepulchral darkness to the west. As you step onto the ground here, the floor is very soft and peaty, and kind of squelches. Little bubbles rise up around your boots, and you're stepping on fungus and moss that grows everywhere. And there are these enormous zerkwood mushrooms towering 40 feet overhead here and there. And Melith immediately wraps around to the right of this walkway.
Ah, so don't walk in the middle.
Here you can see gangs of troglodytes, drow riding on the back of giant spiders, and something else. Giant spiders that are flying with insectoid wing, buzzing about the cavern.
No, I didn't think that they could get any wet.
Never saw that.
That's a new one on me as well.
Imagine when they drop. Never.
It seems rather unnatural. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Well, it probably is unnatural.
Melith goes over near this section of the wall, and she places both hands on it and pushes, and the wall clicks.
Ah, secret entrance.
It opens up into a secret entrance with a set of stone steps rising about 20 feet before coming to a flat landing, and then rising another 20 feet as it wraps around to the west. She pushes open another secret door, and you arrive at a ledge, a very high ledge, about 40 feet below the level that you're just at. You see a number of male and female drow, as well as troglodytes and a male wizard, drow wizard, looking over the ledge to the south. And all of the warriors here seem to be stationed, and their attention all seems to be towards this direction, like they're waiting or ready for something. Then finally Melith takes you to a set of purple steps, and there is a large set of doors at the end of the steps. This way. This is the entrance to Muiral's laboratory. Forgive us for the appearance of our halls. And Melith leaves you guys right here, leaving you to head up the stairs. And Melith says to you, make sure you bring some proof that Muiral is dead. If you return here without the proof, it will not end well for you. And up you guys go.
Hey, Roland.
Yes, Pavel.
Pavel's gonna take out his gun, the Commoner Special, and hand it to Roland. If we're ever in danger, whenever you feel like we're in danger, just do your magic thing on the gun, and I can summon him to my hand, and I know when it's go time. Alright? So,
Alright.
you know, we're never left unprepared.
Can do, buddy. Pat him on the shoulder, and I'll I guess I have like a big pocket in my coat that I'll kind of put it.
When Dario sees the gun, he'll just kind of look over. So, young blood, any good with the smoke pistol there?
I'm okay, I guess.
You guys get 1,800 XP, and everybody gets DM Inspiration.
Whoa!
Sweet.
I think I still have it from something else. I never think to use it. I always
5
forget
seconds
about
to
it.
use it, Roland.
Use it now!
I'm good.
I'm going invisible.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Almost. Come on. Why can't we reach level 12 already?
And Darius slips so that everyone puts his hands on the door and just says, "Are we ready to do this?"
I'll ignite Sun Death.
Don't hesitate to
S'il vous plaît.
use big things against it. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, let's hit him
You see
hard.
him like you see him like shoulder his shield a little bit, and then you see him unfurl this like nasty looking chain whip and say, "I'm here to kill monsters. It's fine."
Real quick, any way of protecting against poison? Any way of preventing?
No. I don't
Alright.
have anything like that.
Unfortunately, not.
All right.
The best I could do is the best I could do is this, and he's actually going to cast Bless. Is it if I upcast it? Is it more people? Is that how that works? Or is it just
Think so.
longer?
No, I think it's
You would have to
More
cast it at 3rd level for everybody.
Oh, for everybody.
It's 3 for 1st level, and then 4, and then 5.
Oh, you know what? I will cast it at 2nd level, and
I'm
So
gonna
I will
give
hit-
Pavel.
well, I can't see the rogue.
You don't
so-
have to see to bless.
Oh, okay. Just observing the type of fighters we are, I'm gonna give it to everyone but myself.
Well, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's a
Roland does very little.
1 minute spell.
Yeah, we
Mighty
to
kind.
rush in.
All right, let's get in.
Let's do this.
I'm
Hit 'em-
gonna give
hit 'em
Pavel
hard.
an vial of antitoxin.
You're downing a
is
vial of antitoxin.
Mm-hmm.
Ren? You changed
Yep,
name?
Ren. Yep.
You wanted to give me one?
Well, you were just giving it to Pavel. You weren't drinking it, right? Is that what you said?
Oh, I'm drinking one too.
Oh,
But I
gotcha.
am giving
Roger.
one to Pavel.
Alright, gives you
Might
advantage
have-
on saves against poison for 1 hour.
Thank you.
Alright, so
Brew.
these doors, who's opening them?
And I'm gonna give one to Roland too.
Brew will kick it down.
Yeah. Darius and Brew will push it open.
Alright, you push on these
In-
gigantic arched stone doors, and you can see some of the chips in this ancient looking door. The paint's peeled off, there are cracks all through it. And it don't open.
Shit.
Huh.
You hear some drow snickering from downstairs. They're watching.
Is
you
it
come.
Is there a handle of any?
Maybe pull.
Yeah, there are these. They look like spider webs, semicircle spider webs for handles that are sort of dome shaped. There's 2 of them, one near the seam of the door, on each door, and yeah, it's something is keeping them closed. They're stuck.
Can I give it a good shove?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
You can roll that D4 with that.
Oh, it applies to skills too.
Oh, that's
No.
no, it's just saving throws. I take that back.
It's a -3 to ability checks as well.
Oh, I thought it was a 1D. I'm sorry. Okay, it's an actual 3. Okay, sorry.
All right, you push on it with all your might, Brew, and it does not budge.
Is it locked?
Doesn't have a locking mechanism.
Oh yeah, these doors don't have locking mechanisms. Is Mela
Darius.
still down there?
No, she's walked off. There's a heap of other drow and some troglodytes down there.
Darius is just gonna like throw his shoulder into it and like really try and push it.
Alright, Darius, give us an athletics check.
Oh, fuck me!
It ain't budging. Something is keeping it closed.
Is it a pull, not a push?
It's a push.
I'm gonna call down to the drow that are downstairs that are snickering at us. If you have time to laugh, you have time to tell us how to open this door. We're helping you out here.
Alright, a troglodyte wearing a breastplate. You also notice the troglodytes wear armor and have weapons. You still got tongues up. He calls out to you and you understand what he says from the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Magic lock on door.
Oh no.
A magic lock? Well, shit. I mean, our dispel magic person is not here, so I don't know what to do here.
If you feel like you guys don't, if you lack the strength to open it, you're gonna have to wait till Brew can try again, which will be at the end of a short rest.
Okay, I'll try to.
Do you have a crowbar?
I think so.
We do.
Yeah, we have a crowbar that you can use. And then I'm gonna also give him inspiration.
Okay, so inspiration, crowbar, and the D4 from the bless.
Okay.
You ready, sub?
Also,
No bless.
it's getting close to the bless spell running off as well. But yeah, you didn't get bless for.
It's only saving throws, not checks.
Okay.
Bless on ability checks.
Okay, I'm gonna spit on my hands. No, wait, no. Yeah, I'm spitting on my hands in the crowbar, and then open sesame. Shit.
Roll your d10.
Actually, just in case, because I can use either one, I'm gonna use a luck dice to see if I can do it again.
Okay, so you rolled 11 with your advantage from the crowbar.
Got it. Even worse. Never mind. I'm going back to the other one.
Okay.
Okay,
you got
and then
18.
roll d10. God damn it.
22. It is not enough. There is something seriously keeping these doors shut. It must be an arcane lock. And yeah, there's just a magical force keeping them shut.
What is your bags of holding here?
A minute would have gone by now, and I feel like this is.
Would I know that's an arcane lock?
You can make an Arcana check. Yeah, you don't know that, Darius. I mean,
God damn it!
it's definitely
I mean,
something.
I would have relayed what the troglodyte told me, that it was a magical lock. So you would know.
Oh damn it! I didn't. All right,
So
never mind.
You got two obvious choices. That's head back down and fight the drow, or wait, give it another shot after an hour.
They said we couldn't come back or they'd kill us.
Darius just sits for a second and says, "This is rather embarrassing. Seems that we should just sit a spell and try again in a bit." And just kind of slouches against the wall and slides down.
A couple
just
more
to see if
drow chuckle at you guys.
just to see if it. None of you could get it open either. Shut up. And we might as well try. I don't know if it'll work. Dagger, do you want to give it a shot? And then I can give you inspiration, and you can use a crowbar.
If he metagaming here, if Pavel couldn't open it with a 22, I'm not opening it with my -1 on athletics.
Oh, you roll a nat 20 and roll a 10. That's why I'm saying it's very slim.
I mean,
Well, we can just rest.
I can get through. Because I'm
I mean, I can get to
certain
the other
there's.
side too, but
Okay.
I don't want to use a 4th level slot to do that.
Alright, you guys take a short rest. Unfortunately, the antitoxin will also wear off.
Oh well, I have one more myself.
You gonna drink it again?
No, not until we get through.
Alright, you guys take
Yeah,
a
when
bit
you
of a
start-
rest. Brew and Pavel, yeah, you've been trying for 20 minutes and it ain't budging, so you take a bit of a rest. Roll your shoulders about, take a bit of a stretch, and you guys can try again.
This time I want to look at Pavel and just say, "Come here," and just like pull him up close to me, and I want to give him advantage. I want to assist him in trying to open the door.
Alright, both
I'll
of you can push.
Have inspiration again.
Alright, both of you push against the door. Roland starts strumming a song about Pavel's rippling muscles. Pavel, make an athletics check with advantage.
Okay. Think brew thoughts. Think strong thoughts. Whoa!
Look at that.
No, I'm gonna roll a d10 just in case. I'm sorry. I have to.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Ooh, 36.
36. Ooh.
So close.
It was the 37!
You feel this
It was the 37.
invisible force around the door shatter, and these spectral chains appear on the door, and they sunder, and the doors swing straight open.
Holy, I didn't know I was that strong.
Alright,
Shit.
everyone.
Ready?
Ready.
Darius claps Pavel on the shoulder. Stronger than you look. Come on.
Head on a swivel.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
As you move into this room, you find yourselves at the top of a balcony. There's a 3-foot high iron railing enclosing the balcony, and the railings are very sturdy and they're shaped to look like webs. Hanging on the walls are steel shields that bear web and spider designs, and there are sets of double doors around the walls. Looking over to the west, hanging upside down on the roof, is a giant statue of a half-drow, half-spider female. Giant statue of Lol.
Does this look like it was the balcony that Muriel attacked us from before?
It would definitely fit the bill.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Brew.
the statue drops from the ceiling and slams onto the ground. It animates. Giant stone statue of Lol. And it starts crawling over to attack. The drow again. Ha 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 ha! They call out. Oh, by the way, no drow open the door. Statue attack.
I really wish there weren't so many of them and we could just go and kill all of them.
Ha 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 ha. My bet is the elf die.
That was a miss hit.
Boop.
Are we ready?
You're up first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just waiting on. Far away am I? Yeah.
Fuck.
I have a 20 to hit.
That hits the
Two.
lol statue. And the crossbow bolt slams into it. A chunk of stone is ripped off one of its 8 arms. The statue, using its 8 legs, or 6 legs and 2 arms, however you look at it, crawls along the ground here, and it jumps at Roland, trying to slam its stony form into him,
Of course.
and it misses as it crashes up against the wall. It then reels back and tries to slam into Brew. And it misses you as well, Brew.
I'm glad the second one was a brew, not me.
Then it's its turn there. Brew.
Bonus action to rage. And then I'll shout something to Tempest. Something appropriate, like, "Oh, good warm up. All right." And I think swing recklessly at this big statue.
Alright, as you grip the great sword, Brew, you feel all of your muscles kinda tensing up a little bit. Should be -3, right?
Should be, yeah. Sorry, I had the bless on there by accident.
Yeah, and you're still feeling quite debilitated, and that would be 15.
That
No, sorry, another 15.
should be
Yeah, 15, right? It's a miss.
yes, should be, yeah, exactly.
15 is a
Okay.
miss. You swing again, and you hit. Cleave Sundeath into the lol statue, searing through a chunk of stone, severing off one of its stone limbs. Pavel.
Okay. This is a large creature, right? Not gargantuan? Or
It's
even bigger?
huge. The actual
Damn it.
statue, atop its many spindly legs, rises to a height of about 15 feet. This thing is massive.
Okay, so I can't grapple it. Okay, then just sword slashes then. Gonna bust that tear lie and good.
That's a miss. That hits.
One more.
Another hit. He starts slicing through the stonework, cleaving incisions into its torso. It is breaking apart a little bit. Doesn't really look too badly destroyed yet. Roland.
Alright, I'm gonna use my action to disengage. Because me sitting up by the thing is never good. And then, this will be the first time that Darius sees this. But I am going to power chord for everyone.
Darius must wonder what the heavenly.
And as an action, let's.
You disengaged.
Oh yeah. You're totally correct. I don't think it's gonna get any closer, so I can actually move a little bit there. And yeah, I would imagine nobody's moving, so that's my turn.
Alright, you leap out from under the legs roll and run over here. Wow! Let out a power cord. Bolsters everyone. And
I'm working on a way to actually do the sounds.
I could set it up if you can get me a sound. See,
Okay.
it's not that hard. Alright, Darius.
Darius unfurls his whip and is going to use a bonus action to designate the statue for his planar attack. So, first attack, they'll miss. If I had to guess.
Yeah, 12 is a miss. That hits.
How about that one? So, all force becomes all damage becomes force. There's that.
Alright, you crash the whip into the Lolth statue, and a big chunk of stone is broken off of the statue's form from the attack.
Huh.
Ren.
Okay, I'm gonna come over here. Pull out my rapier.
There it is.
Death!
You see a big
Shit.
fat statue of Lolthren, and you jump up and you just stab it in the face, and a big shelf of stone slides off, giving it this sort of rough-hewn looking face now, and its face slams onto the ground and shatters into myriad pieces of stone, and then a couple of legs also crumble off of it, and it doesn't really look too much like Lolth anymore. It's all
Disengage.
misshapen.
It was almost 60 damage.
That was crappy bone critical sneak attack damage too.
Well, it was
Oh,
really
we
good.
know.
It was really good regular sneak attack though, so it kind of.
The Lolth statue just tries to slam into Pavel. And
Shield! Wait, no, that'll hit, never mind.
it slams into you with great force. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and then it tries to slam into Brew. And Brew, it slams into you for 9 bludgeoning damage. And it just keeps on trying to slam into you guys. Doesn't try to move anywhere or do anything else. Brew.
Reckless!
Crit.
Oh,
Crit was
shit.
sudden death.
Alright, Brew, you just take the greatsword, and even with your grievous injuries from death, you just slice through its torso, and the entire upper half of the statue slides off onto the ground and shatters, and what's remaining of it just sits there like a spider's butt with some
Whoa.
stone legs. Big old spider butt.
Okay. Nice work, everyone.
Spider butt. Tempest wants us to fight Muiral. Get
Um,
You see Darius just slowly coiling up his whip. Puts it back on a latch on.
I like your whip there. Here, come over here to the side. Look, see down there? See down there on the ground? I died right there last time. Yeah, pretty.
I don't think it's a good idea to like the idea of dying so much, but I'm proud that
The fate is not in our hands.
Go back invisible.
let's carefully go around here.
Guess my rage would drop.
Seems to be several doors. I imagine this just goes back down.
Roland, you said the creature is named as Muriel?
Yes.
You see Darius just turn around and stand outside the balcony and just call out, "Come out and face us, Muriel, you eight-legged freak! Or are you a coward?"
I think it might only have 6 legs.
Get no response.
But I
Just your
suppose
voice
that's
just
semantics.
echoes down amongst all the emptiness below.
Is there anything on the ceiling? Anything else?
Ceiling is decorated with reliefs of spiders, female drow, and non-drow being tortured by demons. Frescoed. There are a number of these double stone doors with 2 steel shields in between each door hanging on the wall.
It's a cheery place, is it not? Should we try and open one of these doors?
As you're standing here, you hear the door shut behind you, the other one, but not before a drow calls out, "Oh, by the way, the command word is sleep if you want to stop the statue." Ha 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 ha. Silly elf.
Yeah, damn.
I wonder why they keep saying elf like that, like they aren't elves themselves. It's very strange. Roland has kind of given up at this point about things calling him elf.
Just gonna ask Scamp to just kill him and reincarnate as an elf.
just continuously doing it.
And then they just start calling you Tiefling.
You see Darius cock an eyebrow and just say, "Why do people think you're an elf?"
It's the
Noticing very well the horns on your head. I mean,
it's the ear.
I could see the somewhat lithe appearance that could be mistaken for an elvish presence, but I mean,
Other than
not looking at your head.
Honestly, other than the horns that aren't super visible to everyone and like kind of the sort of pale skin, Roland does look very much like an elf. So it's understandable.
Look at this guy. Tell me that's not an elf.
It's because I couldn't find a good picture to begin with. That's why I had
Yeah, a good bird.
That's why I had one commissioned. So, doors opening, going by. What are we doing?
Yes, I think so. Or should we explore this? Or just
Roland.
kick a door?
Actually, from here, Seb, can I
Yes.
see if Nox's body's still down there? Is it under the thing?
It's gone.
Yes. I don't think you. Would you have told everyone to start calling you Rin at this point, or?
You probably heard me tell Brew.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Rin.
Who did you say this guy worships?
Helm.
Helm.
He worships a metal hat.
No, Helm is actually the name of a god here. It's definitely not a hat. It escapes me what he's the god of at the moment. Darius, what is Helm the god of again? I can't exactly.
Amongst other things, he's the Watcher, protectors. That's what he's most known for. But I guess you could call him the Guardian.
You name your gods strange things here. Brew worships a storm. He worships a hat.
Well,
Should we open this door here?
I don't see why not.
Pavel worships some large
Say,
drum thing.
or Rand, could you have a look at the door? See if there's...
Is this one of the ones that...
Yeah.
Is this one different? Or is it one of the ones that doesn't have a lock?
Same as every other door here.
They don't have locks. Bro.
Okay. I'll attempt to push it open.
Alright, the doors swing open towards you. As you open it up, you find some sort of quarters. There's a couple of pieces of furnishing that have been tipped over. A large chimney in the south wall. Some wreckage of old furniture, and the decor suggests that this was once some sort of sanctuary for maybe a drow priestess. Quite a large fireplace.
I'm gonna go leading with the flaming sword and stick the sword, and then myself have a look up the chimney.
Alright, this chimney is huge. It's built directly into the wall, and the chimney of the fireplace is 5 feet wide. You can easily fit in there. You look up using flame tongue and sun death, and you peer up and just see the chimney rise up for 30 feet, and then it's just crumbled. It's choked with rubble. Looks like it's caved in.
You know, I begin to wonder. They have all these fireplaces and chimneys down here underground. Very far underground, actually. I wonder where the smoke is supposed to go.
That is good. I didn't see a giant, scorpion spider thing up there.
Which...
Oh, well, I guess that's good.
Which way did he leave?
He
went
he
up
left.
to the north. So there's a way. There's something over here, like a passageway over here as well. But we can keep checking doors.
All right, shove this door open, or pull it open again.
These doors sweep open to reveal another dusty quarters. This one has a large purple rug, a few other small furnishings that have been tipped over. The wood has kind of been frayed with age, and there's a couple other bits of random crap scattered around the ground.
Have another boo up the chimney.
You make a perception check, Brew. It's again 5 feet wide, just like the other one.
Alright.
Just looking around the room, is there anything of note? Anything that seems like it was a journal or anything that was important?
You can make a perception check as well. It's just old furniture. Alright, when you take a closer look, Darius, the furniture is just old. There's nothing special about it. But when you see Brew's light illuminate the many bricks and the stonework of the fireplace, you notice that one of the bricks is slightly loose.
How about that?
Walk over and take a look at it and use 2 or 3 fingers to kind of try and wiggle it free and pull it out.
Alright, it wriggles free, and there's a compartment behind the stone, and inside is a small pot, a glass vial with shimmering red liquid inside. You recognize it as a potion of greater healing.
Oh, that's a good find. Nicely done.
Can I kick the carpet back, like basically roll it up, just kind of kick it back. See if there's anything underneath it.
Sure. Who's taking the potion firstly?
I was gonna hold on to it. If
Alright,
that's okay.
Yeah,
add that
that's
to your
fine.
inventory. Alright, Brew, the rug is so old that it kind of, as you're rolling it, the fabric is just breaking apart, and you're just as much sort of destroying it as you are rolling it up. You ravel it all up, and there's like a lot of dust being sort of kicked up into the air, and underneath there is just an old, dirty wooden floorboard.
That's good. I was getting a bit too clean anyway.
Before we go too much further, I think Roland would approach, pulling out the gun. Pavel, I think it might be better if I go ahead and cast it now. It does last for quite a while. And you might be able to react quicker than me in a fight, so it'd be good for you to go ahead and have it. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
I'll say a quick prayer to Timora to bless the weapon, and I'm gonna cast Holy Weapon on his pistol and give it back to him.
Alright, you flick a gold coin in the air, and as the coin is spinning around in the air, it turns into radiant energy and then lands on Pavel's pistol, and suddenly this bright gleaming light starts to explode from the pistol.
Open this door.
As you'd expect, there's another quarters here. Again, it looks disused and ancient. Broken furnishings lay scattered amid other wreckage.
Look up the old chimney.
You take
Vessel.
Flame Tongue and you look up there, Brew, and it's also crumbled in at about 30 feet.
Alright. I don't see anything up that one.
Darius, you take a look around, and this chimney doesn't have another secret brick in it. Nothing of interest. Looks very similar to the other rooms as well.
Suppose we have one more door we could check. I don't believe it's just going to be another quarters.
You reckon maybe we frightened him away? And I'll open the door.
I think that's really.
Pull open.
That's a really hard.
There's another quarters here.
And leading with Sun Death. Check.
Alright. You do notice something about this chimney, Brew. It's intact. And it just leads up as far as your light permits. Darius, you don't see anything interesting again when you look around.
Hey, you guys, this chimney isn't blocked off up above, and it is pretty big. Can I look about to see if there's any signs of tracks?
You can make a survival check. And despite the floor being covered in dust, you're having a little bit of a hard time trying to find footprints, and you find 3 sets of human footprints in this room. One of them has gone up to the chimney, and they came. But yeah.
Seems to have doubled back.
Come here, Pavel. Come here. Hey, wait! There's even more.
There's just a layer of dust over everything, and it doesn't look like anyone's been through here. It doesn't look like anyone's been here for hundreds of years.
I wonder where Muiral actually keeps his elaborate. I would assume he would have one. He is a wizard. I would assume he's a wizard, being an apprentice to Hallister.
There's still one door we haven't tried.
Sure. Hey, bro,
Just kind of
can
assumed
I,
that was gonna go down to another ramp or something.
can I talk to you?
Well, we can try it.
Yeah.
When time comes, maybe a little bit later, allow me to polymorph you so we can have a better chance at killing that stupid bug.
Oh, like the time that scamp turned me into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm all game.
I'll do it later then.
All right. Say, Dagger, you. Oh, I mean, Ren. I couldn't see you because, well, you're invisible.
Yes.
Open the door. I'll open the door.
Alright, you pull these doors open, and Roland, your pocket starts to heat up a little bit.
Ah, there is a gate in here. I'll pull out the gate stone.
Against the south wall of this room, there's a tall, slender wardrobe made of purple wood. It's closed. And mounted on the east wall, there is a mirror gate. It's a rectangular mirror encased in ornate stone woven with human skulls. Actual skulls. The stone lacing goes in and out of their mouths and eye sockets. It's 12 feet tall.
Lovely.
The frame is also carved with words at the bottom of the frame. There's actually 11 skulls. You're not sure if that has any significance. Again, the frame is looks like twisting vines going in and out of the mouths and whatnot. These skulls.
Right.
And it's celestial. The words are celestial.
Ah. Yep, can't read those.
I can't either.
I don't think any of them.
Nope.
Ren,
Nope.
do you speak? I was just say, come on, you speak random languages. Sure, you can.
There's nothing random about my languages.
I speak 2 languages, more if you count tongues, but I can't read more than 2 languages.
And the number 12 is glowing on the gate stone.
Alright.
Good to know.
Yeah, something to put a pin in, as it were. I wonder what
If
goes in
I
the
want
wardrobe.
to, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm curious about the wardrobe.
Tall, slender wardrobe made from purple wood.
I give it a quick double knock on the door to see if anything happens.
The wood is surprisingly intact, given the fact that this place looks like it hasn't been used in hundreds of years. And it sounds very hollow inside.
Yeah,
This mirror-
fuck it. I will open a door,
You
see if there's anything inside.
open it up, and there's nothing inside, just a couple of crumbling wooden hangers.
Ah,
This Mural's a spellcaster. You reckon it could just be hanging around here invisible somewhere watching?
it's
I don't
possible.
think so. He would have tried and killed the sun.
Oh, he's not within 30 feet
Okay.
of me.
Okay.
Unless he's particularly quiet.
Oh, sure. I'm not going to mention that to them.
The strange voice from above tells you, unless he's particularly quiet.
I guess
Should we have a
I'll
look down?
then.
Downstairs? Yeah.
I suppose so. Nothing left up here.
Alright, you head to the north side of the balcony, departing Lol's palace. And you begin to move down these purple-colored stairs.
Hey, Seb.
Yeah.
Roland would have described Muriel to me. Would I have gathered him to be a possible aberration, or is he a what kind of creature do I think he is?
From what you've heard, he was one of Mural was one of Hallis's apprentices. And he did sort of mention that he specialized in transmutation magic. I feel like he's transformed himself into this half-scorpion monstrosity. And that is monstrosity.
Okay.
He's not from the far realm. But what compels you with your quest, Darius, is the information that you have about the Shadow Dusk family. Now, this is not something directly related to your quest, but the Shadow Dusk family are said to also reside deep in Undermountain.
Oh, that's the one that wanted to fight Nox.
Now, the story... Alright, I'm going to give you a card from the secret deck, Darius. Oh, no, actually, it's not a card. Make me a history check, Darius. Alright, you have limited knowledge about these Shadow Dusk, but you know this much. They're a family, a noble house from Waterdeep that had been embroiled in some crime over 100 years ago. You're not sure what year, about 100 years ago. Anyway, apparently they got involved with this black crystal tablet that would allow them to contact entities of the far realm. And apparently they had this tablet, but before the Watchful Order of the Magists and Protectors could further investigate that rumor, their entire manor burned to the ground, leaving behind no trace of their existence. Rumors are that the surviving Shadow Dusks fled into the depths of Undermountain. The Far Realm is where all of the aberrations come from. Beholders, Mind Flayers, anything with tentacles, Starspawn, all sorts of otherworldly creatures.
Aboleth.
Aboleth. Actually, I'm not sure if Aboleths do. I don't think they do.
Aboleths are from the elemental plane of water, I believe.
Yeah, but yeah.
They're still considered aberrations.
So you've got this other sort of secret mission of your own to investigate these Shadow Dusks. Because you feel like perhaps they got in contact with some aberrations. So you feel like your quest will take you closer to the Shadow Dusks as well.
Looking around the level, having them describe Muriel as this like scorpion-oid creature, could I try and see if I can find recent tracks?
You could make a survival check.
Are you proficient by any chance? Because I can give you
I
a
am.
map.
Alright,
Oh,
Darius, you alright. It's smooth, flat stone, but it's quite dusty, so it's not too difficult to find tracks. And you do find a set of large scorpion tracks around this area, and then sort of climbing over the side of the balcony and down one of these support posts. About 1 day old.
That's from when he fought us. Darius.
Well, something to keep in mind. He could have still be wherever he was when he
was
last
off to
left
the
you.
wall.
That would be off to the west, I believe, down a level.
It does
To the
not look
west.
like he's returned here, or anything has returned. Anything else has been in this area since. Otherwise, it's just complete. No one's been here.
Yeah, I guess let's go down the stairs then.
Okay, left staircase.
Yes.
Okay, I'll move everyone down there. Down the stairs you go.
My internet hates me.
We all know those feels.
At least your browser doesn't hate you. My Google
That's what
Chrome is
hates
just
me.
Unusable at the moment for some reason. For no reason.
My browsers are dead right now. Trying to bring them back up.
All right, do you guys recognize this room?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Look where Darius is standing. Why you gotta stand there, Darius?
Uh,
Are there ashes?
Yeah, I'm actually looking
He
for
just
like.
feels it's an important spot to stand.
Exactly.
Don't stand where my boyfriend died.
I can't believe you keep calling him your boyfriend. I feel like that's like such a benign term to what he really was.
Husband? Soulmate?
there's a door up here that I think we could look into.
Can I
Okay.
see?
But he went this way.
Darius is gonna be the
Left.
rebound.
Oh, yep, most likely.
I know he went that way, Broom, but if he's not over here and this is his laboratory, maybe we can
Get him behind.
possibly. There might be another way to get into this spot. Who knows?
Sub, can I look to see if there's any drag marks for like where a body would have been taken? Nox's body.
You can make a survival check. Darius has the tracks pretty well though, and you find tracks, Pavel, and you do see evidence that the body has been lifted up, and then scorpion-esque tracks, recent, leading off this direction. And then they kind of just like hit the wall, and then they go up the wall.
This is fresh, right? This isn't a day old or anything like that.
With a 20, you can't really tell exactly how long, but it doesn't
Damn.
seem like fresh as in like the last few hours, maybe a day.
Okay, that could have just been the time that he took Nox over there.
All right. I'll try to open the door.
Before we go in,
Okay.
allow me to cast polymorph on you, if you please.
We don't know that he's back there.
Well,
That's a
polymorph
little
lasts for an hour.
premature.
You know, let's
Okay.
wait
Well,
on
I
the
just
big-
don't want.
big things.
Okay, fine.
Okay. I'll open the door.
Quite a nice looking set of doors. They're extra. They've got like extra decorations on them, spider web patterns and whatnot. You open it up, and the room is actually illuminated. There's faint, dim glow. It's
No,
a large
that looks like
chamber.
lair.
The roof is peaked at 30 feet high, and there are these 20-foot high latticework stone rafters that resemble giant webs against the walls up near the ceiling. And hanging from the web by silken strands are these spider-shaped lanterns. And there are flickering purple flames within the lantern. A few of the strands do not have lanterns on them. But the room looks trashed. There are the trappings of a parlor here. You can imagine Longwell sitting in such a chamber. It kind of reminds you of that chamber, actually, where you met with her. There is shattered crystal dishware, some broken ornaments, tipped over divans, sundered footstools, end tables that have been cut in two, lanterns that have been torn from the rafters. All the objects are carved with web patterns, shaped in the likeness of spiders, and the floor is made from this fine-looking black marble with veins of silver that give it this web-like pattern. There's another door at the northern wall.
Is that a statue on the...
It's a decoration. Like some spider legs that are protruding out of the wall, made of stone.
No, Drow, they really lean into the spider motif.
To be fair, the gothicness of it all just really is a lot to take in, and one should know when to just call.
I'll open the door.
These doors do not budge at all.
Can I borrow a crowbar?
Sure.
And I'll lean into it with him for advantage.
We already
Jam the
have some action
crowbar into the gap between the doors, and they do not open with all of your might.
No,
Sure.
thinking about the layout of this place, I think that might be the door that leads out onto that little piece of darkness with the statue
Yep.
in the middle of it.
Could be the
that
changing
makes sense.
statue and door that won't move for a 31. Is what you've got
Could
written
be.
there. I think wrong. You think it's
There can't be-
this door?
Yeah, there can't be that many doors that won't move for a 31.
Yeah, you're
No.
right. The layout, the architecture would prove that is. You're on the other side of the door.
Yeah. Oh. People are moving very fast. Settle down, guys.
I'm following along.
Not sure
I think
how-
I'm loading in.
Yeah, because your token's still on the stairs.
Alright, so Darius, this is sort of the way that you came from the gate that led to level 1. You actually, sort of traveled through a bit of a secret door and whatnot.
This is the way we came in as well.
Actually,
particular-
no, you got accosted by the drow. Never mind. But you feel like this is like, the way that all of the web paint and whatnot is chipped off of the walls, that you're in the same area that you were in. Memory's a little
It
bit
all looks-
fuzzy.
It all looks the same after a while.
Can you center the map for me, Seb?
Sure. Alright, these doors stand closed up
That
ahead.
did not move me.
You didn't find yourself?
No.
I can see her.
It's probably still loading in.
Okay.
I moved you up with everyone else.
We can see you.
You rolled so high on your stealth check that you can't even find yourself.
I can't see me. It's all black.
I'll recenter it a couple more times in the next couple of minutes, see if it's loaded yet.
Are we ready for door? And I'll open the door.
Yeah,
These
open it up.
doors do not open. You have these sad flashbacks of Nox cutting his hand and placing his bloody hand on the door and smiling at you, saying something stupid as always. Ha 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 ha. Now it's just sadness.
Wow.
Way to mock us for our feelings there.
I'm just gonna go cut my wrist now. Thanks.
Roland is gonna just to see if it'll work. He'll just like prick his finger on one of the spikes that he uses as the tuning knobs on his guitar, and then like put just that pinprick of blood on the door. Does it do the job?
You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
Oh, if I drop holy weapon from that.
Oh no.
Phew.
Oh, so close!
you smear some blood on the door, and then the doors swing open automatically.
I look up at the ceiling.
That actually might be something to remember for the next time we come across a door that won't freaking open.
Roland, when you stand there, the statue and Brew, the statue of the Marth Lord animates and attacks you unerringly.
Forgot
This
about
drow, Veyron, and he animates like a flash. Something just hits you out of nowhere. Roland, you're hit for 4 slashing damage, and Brew,
What?
you're hit for 1 slashing damage. And as you look over, it's so quick, you just see the statue animating for a brief second, attacking you with the short sword.
This fucking statue.
Returning back
When we're
to
done with
itself.
Muiral, I'm coming back and blowing it up.
Alright, as it hits you, Roland, you drop concentration, unfortunately.
Yep, it's getting the shatter treatment when we're done. I'm not doing that again. Damn, I pissed
I'm
myself.
looking up at the ceiling, seeing if there's any hidden scorpion.
You can make a perception check, Brew.
Or maybe I'm looking at the floor.
The vision's
I would-
it's kind of dark, but you hold up Flame Tongue and you don't see anything.
I would like to look to see if I can tell if Muiral-esque creature has been through here recently.
You can make another
I can.
survival check.
I'll give you advantage.
Unless you're proficient in survival, you won't really be able to help him, Pavel.
I am proficient.
Okay. Alright, Darius starts looking around, and you work with him, Pavel, pointing out markings and maybe a little bit of shell from the scorpion's carapace. And you can see that he's passed through here a couple of times, but not for not recently, maybe yesterday or something. And then he's headed up into this direction.
I'll open the door.
I pull these doors open. It's a 20-foot wide hallway.
I'm trying to think of doors we didn't go in.
If I remember correctly, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. Darius wouldn't know this.
If you remember correctly.
I believe the only one that we did not go through is the southern one from the room with the cobblestone skulls.
Yeah.
But other than that one, I can't exactly remember. all kind of a blur.
Try this door here.
You pull these doors open, and got a wide hallway. This room leads down to where the dead dwarves will scatter around the mirror.
Mm-hmm. I would ask Darius if he catches the.
You don't remember this room, Darius. Not familiar. There were less dead dwarves near the gate that you used.
Oh, you know what? I didn't think to ask about it, so I'll do it next rest. That helm that we got, identify it. Completely.
The war helm.
Yeah. It's not a huge deal.
It's not. It doesn't really seem to have any magical function when you check it out.
It was just unique.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
Identify or detect magic could reveal something more. If you still think it's magical. Alright, so there's another door here.
Brew will open.
You pull open the door to this room. This is the hall with the many, many drow warrior statues. There's a new statue standing in the middle of the room. It's Zombie Nox, petrified, turned into stone, and added to Mural's collection of statues. And this is where we're going to wrap it up for tonight. But everyone needs to level up as well.
Yes.
Cool.
Excellent.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Say, quick technical question. That helmet, would that count as an improvised weapon if Brew were to wear a helmet and headbutt?
Cool.
I'm just thinking, like, if I'm grappling and have both hands full of opponent, could I still use a weapon attack if I had it?
That would be a like an unarmed attack. That would be an unarmed attack. Unarmed strike.
Okay, it wouldn't be an improvised weapon. It would be an unarmed strike.
Yep. If you're not using your arms, it's an unarmed strike. Head, knee, whatever you use.
Right, because you're not using your arms, so it's unarmed.
I did have a quick question, Seb.
Yeah.
For favored enemy, if I were to just as a clarification for favored enemy, I know the classifications boil down to basically human, elf, gnome, bugbear, whatever.
If you choose humanoid.
If I choose humanoid, I get to choose two of them. If I chose elf, does that cover all elves, or is that just like high elf? Do I have to specify like high elf, drow elf?
It would be drow, high elf, sun elf, Roland.
I knew it was coming.
Fair enough.
Any kind of.
Fair enough. Thought I'd ask. Yep, thought I'd ask. Cool.
Yeah.
But apparently not wood elves, so.
Wood elves, any elf. So
That's good
everyone
to know.
level up to level 12. If you use your character master, just take a note of whatever spell slots you've used.
Yeah.
But you'll gain. Also, you won't gain more hit points, but you'll gain max hit points. So you'll get the max hit points. You won't recover anything pretty much. So you keep a note of what resources are expended because you won't get them back. And if you prepare spells, you won't be able to prepare new spells because that's done at the end of a long rest. Other than that, you get everything else from your level up.
I don't even learn a new spell at this level, so I mean, I
You're
can swap
getting
an
max hit
old,
points.
I can swap an old. Oh, and I'm going to take a feat, Seb. I'll message you later what it is. Kind of wanted to.
Wait.
Elven
I wanted
accuracy.
to talk about. I gotta talk stuff. I need someone's help with the character stuff.
What are you thinking?
Yep.
Whether it takes sharpshooter or a healer.
Solid choices. Solid choices.
Well, I think sharpshooter fits your character better.
Yeah, but with what happened, seeing someone die in front of Pavel is like, I don't want that to happen again. So I kind of want to be a trained, medical practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes with your, Renaissance man, many skills.
Don't forget,
That too.
Scamp's back next week too.
Yeah.
But if you have sharpshooter, you can inflict the the worst status condition, dead, on most enemies a lot quicker. So
Yeah,
there's something
that's
to
a
be
good
said
thing.
for that as well. So just whatever your heart feels, man.
It's hard, honestly. I don't know.
Character.
It's hard to decide.
That would be a lot of damage with your 3, sometimes 4, sometimes hard call. Solid choices.
And Seb, I'm gonna switch out a spell. I'm gonna drop Bane. Because I almost never concentrate on it because there's better stuff to concentrate on. I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick up yet, so I'll let you know.
It's all good.
So
My dexterity
Surprised
is
by it.
finally higher than my charisma.
Just for like a higher level spell or something too. Doesn't have to be first level.
yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna take yet, but it'll be something.
Oh, also the chest. That magic chest.
Oh yes, that is another thing that we would identify at some point.
Alright,
It got thrown to the wayside with the whole death thing.
it's just a common magic item.
I knew it.
Does perishable items don't age or decay while inside it. It's a refrigerator.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Alrighty, so a little bit of a heavy session this week, but you guys are feeling a bit stronger for it, and you've got even more motivation than ever to take out Muiral. See you guys next week.
Thank you, Seb.
Later.
So yeah.
Good night.